Welcome to the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. If you are watching this video right now, it is because you've come to a point in your life where the circumstances, the conditions that you are in are no longer tolerable. Things have got to change. And if you want things to change, you have to change. There's no one else who's going to take care of you. There's no one else that is going to give you the life that you've imagined. You are the one who has to step up and take it to another level. You've got to learn to use unconventional methods in order to achieve unconventional results. And while still doing it ethical, moral, legal, everything like that. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to share 3 points. With these 3 points, I'm going to add something unconventional. I want you to realize that you've probably heard about these things in the past. But the only way that we're going to wake you up is if we shake you up. And that's why I'm going to put in some unconventional methods in there to kind of get you out of your rut. If you're part of the 95%, you're sleepwalking. You're basically allowing yourself to be tossed to and fro by people who are basically using your time and your money to make their dreams and goals a reality. It's time for you to find win-win situations where you're not basically wasting away your life in just at the bottom. You're not supposed to be there. You're a winner. So let's get to these 3 points. Number 1, you need to take 1 day or 3 days and leave everything and everyone behind in order to figure out yourself. Figure out what you want. You need to figure out what you want long term in 3 areas of life, which is relationships, finance, and your fitness. And you need that time away. The unconventional method on this point is make a drastic exit. Now, if you're married and you're happily married and your marriage is a 10 out of 10 and life is absolutely fantastic, then don't do the thing that I'm recommending here. But if you're at a 7 and below, the drastic exit would be to wake up early in the morning one day and disappear for a full day. Don't make it longer than that if you're married or if you're living together with your girlfriend, because she's massively going to freak out and you're not going to answer any of her phone calls, any of her texts, nothing. You're a big man. You can survive in society for 1 day without her, and she can too. If you're single, fantastic. Make sure you're above 18 and you're not living at home with your parents, okay? During your teenage years. This is not the time I'm talking about that. I'm talking about those who are independent, over 18. Disappear. No one can get hold of you. You're not going on social media. Nothing. For 1 to 3 days. Just for you to be in solitude. This is an unconventional method, remember? For you to be in solitude with your own thoughts, your own mind, and just get you right. Even if just staying in your apartment for 1 day, that's the easiest way, but sometimes you just have to do something different. Maybe it's time to book into a hotel or a motel or whatever. Just get 1 room by yourself and completely write down your goals. Write down what you want your life to be like. Write down everything that you want. And that's going to put you in the right framework the right independence framework in order to make massive progress when it comes to your goals. Massive goals require massive action. And massive action requires massive follow-up for consistency. That's why I come to point number 2. Point number 2 is figuring out your long-term goals. That's important. But then focusing on your 90-day goals. You want to achieve something big that you haven't accomplished in the past year or however long period you want. And you're going to achieve it in 90 days. And you're going to make it a massive. It's going to be achievable. But you're going to make it massive. And it's going to require more out of you than you've ever done in your entire life. But this time, the unconventional method, because you need the follow-up. You need the help. Sometimes, your current thinking is what has brought you to this level in your life right now. You have what you have because of you. No one else. Take 100% responsibility and realize that you are who you are. Your circumstances are what they are because of you and your level of thinking. And if you want to step up your level of thinking, you need a coach. You need a mentor. You need someone who has gone the way before and has his life a little bit, just if it's a centimeter farther along the path than you, then that's better than nothing. You need someone that is maybe a meter further along or a kilometer, someone who you can sit with and just figure out your long-term and short-term goals. Someone who asks you the hard questions that you struggle with asking yourself. I'm going to make a bonus at the end of this video when it relates to this. Point number 3 is to figure out your biggest obstacle, your biggest distraction, the biggest addiction that is stopping you from achieving your goal. In those 90 days, your job is to absolutely reboot your system and get rid of it. If it's alcohol, then that's the one you need to get rid of in 90 days. If it's coffee, if it's anything that basically is stopping your growth, if it's ejaculation, if any addiction that's stopping you, you're going to get rid of it by replacing it with a habit that will massively take you towards your 90-day goal. The unconventional method in this point, not only are you going to write it down, that healthy habit that you're going to do every single day without excuse for 90 days in order to replace the bad habit, but also to simplify your life and prepare yourself for the massive growth that you're going to have now in the future. You're going to write it down every morning and every night. Every morning and every night. Every morning and every night. When was the last time you did that? If you have not done that, I want you to experience the magic that comes from doing that. And not only are you going to write it down every morning and every evening, I want you to write it up on an A4 piece of paper like this with huge capital letters what you're going to do in the next 90 days and the habit that you're going to do in order to achieve those things. And then in small letters at the bottom, you're going to put getting rid of or completely purifying myself from. And what you're going to do is you're going to hang that one up everywhere. Now, if you live with a partner, I don't recommend that you do this. If you're single and you live by yourself, I want you to put it everywhere in your house. Get some tape, get pieces of paper, if it's 20 or 50 or whatever you need in order to keep you focused. Write it down, and look at it everywhere you go. In terms of the shower, if you can't laminate the paper, put it on the outside of the shower, if that works for you, and put tape on it so you can see it from the inside of the shower when you're showering. 5 minutes of looking at that goal every single day will do massive wonders. The first thing you see in the morning is your goal, which reminds you, I gotta write it down again. The first thing you do when you get to the kitchen is gonna be on your fridge. Every time you go to open the kitchen fridge, you're gonna see your goal. Your oven, the ceiling, the walls. It's time for unconventional methods to achieve unconventional results. If you're not willing to do unconventional things in order to create massive action and massive momentum in your life, then you're gonna just basically live an average life like everyone else. In my terms, it would be an average Joe, since my name is Joseph. I'm not willing to be an average Joe. I want to be an extraordinary Joe. Take it to the next level and bring as many people as possible with me so that we can have a community of high achievers. And you can do this. Those are 3 simple points with 3 simple unconventional methods. And the bonus at the end that I've promised is that the first 10 people that comment down below on this specific video at this specific time are going to get a free coaching session for 45 minutes, basically just figuring out your long-term and your 90-day goals, the addiction that you need to get rid of, and the habit that will replace it. 45 minutes, a personal life coaching, mentor session, whatever you want to call it. The first 10 people that comment down below. If you're ready to make a change, then just do it. It's free. I'm not going to require anything from you, even after that session. I'm going to require for you to take the next steps necessary for you to succeed. And together, we're going to make this happen. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.